What if I told you that the biggest threat to your independence isn't your heart, your brain, or even your age, but something happening quietly inside your muscles right now? Most people don't notice it. They wake up every morning, pour their coffee and start the day, unaware that each sip might be both helping and hurting them at the same time. I've seen it countless times in my patients, strong men and women, who once climbed stairs without a second thought, now struggle just to get out of bed. They think it's normal aging, but it's not. It's a slow, silent thief that steals your muscle, your balance, and your freedom. After the age of 50, your body begins to lose 1 to 2% of its muscle every single year. By 70, that can add up to nearly 40% gone. And when that happens, everything changes. You move slower, you get tired faster. Standing up feels shaky. And one day, the smallest fall can send you to a hospital bed. And sometimes, you never fully get back up again. That's the part nobody tells you. Weakness doesn't just take your strength. It takes your life one small piece at a time. But here's the good news. What's quietly taking your strength can also be quietly rebuilt, starting with something as ordinary as your morning coffee. Yes, that same cup sitting on your kitchen counter right now can become your most powerful ally against muscle loss if you know what to add to it. I've spent years helping older adults rebuild strength, balance and confidence, and I've seen what truly works. So today, I'm going to show you 5 simple things you can stir into your coffee each morning to help you feel stronger, steadier and more alive than you have in decades. Stay with me until the end, because the 5th one, it surprises even doctors. When people come into my office and tell me they feel weak, tired, or their legs shake when they stand up too fast, I ask one simple question. What do you add to your coffee? They usually laugh, thinking I'm joking, but I'm not. Because what you pour into that cup can either drain your strength or rebuild it from the inside out. Here's something most people don't realize: your muscles aren't powered only by protein. They're powered by minerals, especially calcium and magnesium. Think of your muscles like rubber bands. Calcium helps them tighten. Magnesium helps them relax. Every time you stand, lift a bag of groceries, or even smile, those 2 minerals are dancing inside your body, keeping you steady and strong. But here's the problem. As we age, our ability to absorb calcium and magnesium drops sharply. The older you get, the less of these minerals actually reach your muscles. That's why so many seniors complain about cramps, stiffness, and that annoying twitch that wakes you up at night. It's your muscles crying for help. You might think, so should I take supplements? Here's the truth. Most calcium pills are hard to digest and can stress your kidneys and liver over time. You don't need another pill, you need a food source your body can actually use. And that's where almond milk comes in. 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk gives you around 450 milligrams of calcium, nearly half your daily requirement, and about 15 milligrams of magnesium, enough to calm your muscle fibers and help them recover faster. But it doesn't stop there. Almond milk is also rich in vitamin E, one of the strongest antioxidants for protecting muscle cells from everyday wear and tear. That means while regular milk might weigh you down or upset your stomach, almond milk quietly fuels your strength without the sugar spikes, the bloating, or the dairy intolerance issues that many people over 60 struggle with. Your stomach feels lighter, your digestion smoother, and your muscles thank you for it. I once told a patient, replace your creamer with almond milk for 2 weeks, nothing else. 2 weeks later, she told me her morning stiffness was almost gone. That's not magic, that's magnesium finally doing its job. And research backs this up. Studies show that older adults with higher magnesium intake perform better in grip strength and walking tests. Calcium, on the other hand, directly supports the electrical signals that tell your muscles when to move. Without enough of it, those signals misfire, and that's when balance starts to slip. So tomorrow morning, when you lift that coffee mug, imagine, it's not just caffeine waking you up, it's strength in liquid form. A simple swap that helps your body remember what power feels like. But here's the thing, nutrients alone won't keep your muscles young if your blood sugar keeps attacking them. And that's where a tiny pinch of spice, one you already have in your kitchen, becomes your next secret weapon. You see, muscles don't just rely on minerals, they live and die by energy flow. And the main fuel your muscles depend on every single day is glucose. But here's where it gets tricky. When your muscles can't properly absorb glucose, it doesn't just float away harmlessly. It sticks around in your bloodstream, damaging your blood vessels, aging your tissues, and slowly stealing your energy. I've seen this countless times. Patients tell me, "Doctor, I eat well, I walk every day, but I'm still tired." And when we look deeper, it's not a lack of willpower, it's insulin resistance. That's when your muscle cells stop responding to insulin, the very hormone that's supposed to help glucose get inside. It's like your muscles lock their doors and refuse to let the fuel in. The result? You feel weak, foggy, drained, and over time your muscles shrink while your blood sugar climbs. But nature in its quiet brilliance gave us something powerful, something you probably sprinkle on oatmeal or an apple pie without realizing it's medicine. Cinnamon. Now cinnamon isn't just a flavor, It's one of the most researched spices for blood sugar control. Scientists call its main compound cinnamaldehyde, and it acts like a key. It gently unlocks those stubborn muscle cells, making them more responsive to insulin again. In simple terms, cinnamon helps your body use the sugar you already have, sending it into your muscles where it builds energy instead of leaving it floating in your blood, causing chaos. Here's something fascinating. A recent clinical review showed that cinnamon can reduce fasting blood sugar by up to 24% and improve insulin sensitivity by 10 to 29% in adults with glucose issues. But the real power comes when you combine it with your morning coffee. The caffeine boosts circulation, and cinnamon helps that glucose move straight into your muscles, turning your coffee from a pick-me-up into a strength builder. Just half a teaspoon a day is enough to start making a difference. And unlike sugar, cinnamon gives your coffee warmth and depth, that cozy taste that reminds you of autumn mornings without the crash afterward. I always tell my patients, your muscle is your best doctor. Because when your muscle works, your metabolism works, your balance stabilizes, and your life expands. The more muscle you keep, the longer and healthier you live. But cinnamon doesn't stop at sugar control. It also improves blood flow, easing oxygen delivery to your arms and legs, and contains antioxidants that fight inflammation deep within your muscle fibers. In one study, older adults who took cinnamon extract for just 8 weeks reported less muscle soreness and better endurance after walking exercises. That's because healthier circulation means more nutrients and more energy reaching your cells. So the next time you stir your coffee, think of that swirl of brown powder as a protective shield for your muscles, quietly defending them with every sip. And yet, even if your blood sugar is perfect, your muscles can't grow if your body can't break down and use the protein you eat. That's why the next thing I'll show you is the secret that unlocks digestion itself, a warm root that's been healing bodies for centuries, and it might be sitting in your kitchen right now. Even with perfect minerals and balanced blood sugar, there's one silent problem that keeps older adults from rebuilding muscle-poor digestion. I see it all the time. Someone eats a protein-rich breakfast, eggs, oats, maybe a little yogurt, but 2 hours later, they feel bloated, tired, and heavy. They assume they ate too much, when in reality their body simply couldn't use what they ate, because as we age, our digestion slows down. Stomach acid weakens, enzymes decline, and the food that's supposed to build muscle just sits there, going nowhere. That's when I tell my patients about ginger, one of the simplest, most powerful ways to reignite your digestive fire. Ginger has been used for over 3,000 years in traditional medicine, but modern science now explains why it works so well. It contains compounds called gingerols and shogals, natural bioactives that stimulate your digestive enzymes, help your stomach empty faster, and move food efficiently through your system. One study found that ginger can speed up gastric emptying by up to 50%, meaning your body starts breaking down nutrients almost twice as fast. And here's the key: when protein digestion improves, muscle growth follows. Because your muscles can't rebuild what your gut can't deliver. That's exactly what happened with one of my patients, a 72-year-old retired teacher named Margaret. She came to me complaining that every breakfast made her uncomfortable gas, bloating, a tight stomach. She told me, "Doctor, I eat eggs every morning like you said, but I feel worse afterward." She had lost nearly 15 pounds in 6 months, not fat, but muscle. Her daughter was worried because she was getting weaker by the week. I told her to try something simple: add 1 teaspoon of ginger powder to her coffee every morning before breakfast. 2 weeks later, she called and said, "I can't believe it. I had my eggs and toast this morning, and for the first time in months, no bloating, no pain." 3 months later, Margaret had gained back 12 pounds of healthy weight. She was walking her dog again, doing light gardening, even volunteering at the local library. The difference wasn't more food, it was better digestion. Ginger doesn't just help your stomach, it helps your entire body move easier. It reduces inflammation in the joints, easing that morning stiffness that makes it hard to bend or climb stairs. It improves circulation, sending more oxygen and nutrients to your muscles, and it even helps stabilize your mood and focus by supporting gut-brain balance. So when you add ginger to your coffee, you're not just drinking a warm spicy cup, you're jump-starting your digestion, healing your joints, and turning every bite of protein you eat into usable fuel for your muscles. Imagine waking up, sipping your coffee, and feeling your body respond lighter, stronger, more alive. That's what happens when your digestion works for you, not against you. But digestion alone isn't enough to keep your muscles strong. You also need fuel, quick, clean energy your body can use instantly to power your movement and recovery. And that's where the next addition to your coffee comes in, something so efficient it's used by athletes and neurologists alike. It's called MCT oil, and it can change how your body produces energy every single morning. Every time I talk about muscle strength, people think it's all about lifting weights or eating protein. But there's something most people forget: energy. Without the right energy source, your muscles are like an engine running on old fuel, sluggish, inefficient, and full of residue. That's why I always introduce my patients to a very special kind of fat one. that doesn't get stored around your waistline but instead turns directly into energy inside your body. It's called MCT oil, and it comes from coconuts. Now MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides, and what makes them different from the regular fats we eat every day is how fast your body uses them. Unlike long chain fats that go through a long, slow digestive route, MCTs skip the line. They go straight to your liver, where they're converted into ketones, a clean, instant energy your brain and muscles can burn immediately. When you stir a teaspoon of MCT oil into your morning coffee, you're doing something powerful. You're training your body to use energy better. Instead of storing fat, you're teaching your metabolism to burn it. Instead of waiting for your next meal to wake up, your cells already have fuel waiting. In my years working with older adults, I've noticed something remarkable. When my patients started using MCT oil daily, their afternoon slumps disappeared. They said their minds felt sharper, their energy steadier, and their muscles recovered faster after simple strength exercises, things like wall sits or standing from a chair. And it's not just anecdotal. Research backs this up. One study found that seniors who took just 6 grams of MCT oil per day for 6 weeks improved their muscle mass, grip, strength, and even their cognitive performance. Another study showed that after 3 months, participants had better muscle tone and less fatigue, without changing anything else about their diet. That's because ketones, the byproduct of MCTs, are like premium fuel for your mitochondria, the energy factories inside every cell. They reduce inflammation, protect your muscles from oxidative stress, and help your body switch seamlessly between burning fat and carbohydrates. And here's the part most people love. MCT oil helps with appetite control. When you start your day with coffee and MCT, you stay full longer, which means you're less likely to reach for sugary snacks that spike and crash your blood sugar. Over time, this balance helps preserve muscle mass and reduce unwanted fat gain, a win-win for longevity. I always tell my patients to start small, 1 teaspoon at first, then slowly work up to 1 or 2 tablespoons a day. Too much too soon, and your stomach might complain. But give your body time and you'll feel the difference. It's not a jittery caffeine high, it's steady, reliable power that lasts all morning. So imagine this, your coffee isn't just a morning ritual anymore. It's your body's signal to switch on clean energy, protect your muscles, and sharpen your focus for the day ahead. But there's one more secret ingredient, the most unexpected of all. It's spicy, fiery, and might even make you sweat a little. Yet it has the power to wake up your circulation, strengthen your legs, and extend your life in ways you'd never imagine. Let's talk about cayenne pepper, the final spark that brings everything together. When people think about longevity, they often talk about vitamins, superfoods, or antioxidants. But here's the truth I've learned after decades of seeing patients: the real secret to living longer is keeping your legs strong. Let me explain why. Your thighs contain the largest muscles in your entire body, the quadriceps, and research shows a direct link between thigh muscle mass and how long you live. The stronger your legs, the better your balanced blood flow and independence. The weaker they get, the faster everything else declines. And that's exactly why I tell my patients to add a small pinch of something most people overlook: cayenne pepper. Now I know what you're thinking. Doctor in coffee, yes in coffee, just a tiny bit. Because cayenne isn't just about heat, it's about circulation. Its main compound, capsaicin, does something amazing inside your blood vessels. It activates tiny receptors called TRPV1, which help your arteries relax and open up. Think of it as unclogging your body's plumbing, letting blood flow freely to your muscles, heart and brain. The result? More oxygen, more nutrients, and faster recovery every time you move. A study published in Circulation Research found that people who regularly consumed capsaicin-rich foods had better arterial health, lower blood pressure, and improved muscle oxygenation. It literally helps your blood move smoother. Another report linked regular chili pepper intake with a 26% reduction in cardiovascular mortality. But let me tell you a story, one that still gives me chills. A woman named Margaret, 68, part-time librarian, loved gardening, and evening walks, came to see me complaining of heavy, tired legs. She said, "Doctor, my legs feel like concrete. I can barely climb stairs anymore." Her blood work looked fine. Her heart was okay. But her circulation was sluggish and her muscles weren't getting enough oxygen. I suggested she start adding just 1 to 8 teaspoons of cayenne pepper to her morning coffee, no other changes. 2 weeks later, she called me with a tremble of excitement in her voice. "I worked the whole day at the library and still had energy to cook dinner," she said. A month later, she was walking with her friends again. 6 months in, she was back in her garden, planting flowers and laughing like she used to. Her secret wasn't a new pill or expensive treatment. It was simply better blood flow and a little heat in her morning routine. That's the power of circulation. When your blood flows, your life flows. Your legs stay strong, your balance stays steady. And you keep your independence, your freedom to move, to walk, to live life on your terms. Start with just a pinch, 1 weight teaspoon. That's all it takes. The goal isn't to burn your tongue, it's to wake your body up from the inside. Now imagine this: every morning you sip your coffee and inside your body, calcium and magnesium, tighten and relax your muscles, cinnamon steadies your sugar, ginger fuels your digestion, MCT powers your energy, and cayenne fires your circulation. 5 simple ingredients, 1 extraordinary transformation, and the best part, we're not done yet. Because in the next step, there's one more thing you drink every single day that might still be weakening your muscles, your water. In my next video, I'll show you exactly what to add to it to keep building strength from the moment you wake up. So here's what I want you to remember. Every morning, that cup of coffee sitting on your table isn't just a routine, it's an opportunity, a chance to feed your body what it truly needs to stay strong, steady and independent. Because when you add almond milk, you give your muscles the calcium and magnesium to move and relax. When you add cinnamon, you balance your sugar and fuel your energy the right way. When you add ginger, you unlock your digestion and finally let your protein do its job. When you stir in MCT oil, you give your muscles clean fuel and your brain sharper focus. And when you finish with a pinch of cayenne pepper, you wake up your circulation and keep your legs and your life strong. 5. Simple ingredients, 1 powerful transformation, and here's the best part. None of them require expensive supplements, complicated diets, or hours in the gym. Just 1 small habit that grows stronger with every cup. I've seen it work for hundreds of my patients, people who once felt fragile now walking taller, feeling lighter, smiling, brighter. Because building muscle isn't about age, it's about energy, mindset, and consistency. Your body is capable of healing and rebuilding at any stage of life. You just have to give it the chance. So if this message resonated with you, save this video as a reminder that small choices lead to big changes. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself, someone you love might need it too. Tap the like button to tell YouTube this video helped you. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, because every week I share simple science-based tips to help you protect your health, rebuild your strength, and live with confidence at any age. And I want to hear from you. What's in your morning coffee? Which of these ingredients are you going to try? First, leave a comment below. I read every single one, and your stories inspire others more than you think. Remember, you are stronger than you realize, and your journey toward better health starts with 1 small step, or maybe 1 powerful sip. Until next time, take care of your body, stay consistent, and keep believing in your strength. I'll see you in the next video.